probably the best to always bring to your mind is who is Allah Azza wa Jal. And the easiest answer for you is the creator of all the things around, the one who started it all, and the one who is maintaining it, and the one who will collect what he created at the day of judgment. So Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who should you know when, and you should be concerned about, and always try to seek his help and support. And we have been going through the names of Allah Azza wa Jal, which is I've taken them from these two books by Sheikh Ahmed Sharbasi, who's a professor in the Azhar University, and these are volume 1 and volume 2. And the volume 2, which has the names outside the 99 names. So here the 99 names, which is he produced, and then the extra names which I took from. And he actually listed in volume 2, I think 218 names to Allah Azza wa Jal. Is far much more than what we can cover in Ramadan. But I thought if you have a taste of the names of Allah Azza wa Jal, then you know who brought you to existence, and who is keeping an eye on you, and who will be of help to you should you seek help from him, and who you will be accountable to on the day of judgment. All of us passing by in this life, and one day or another we will be depart. And probably the coronavirus have put fear in the heart of most people on planet Earth that they might depart earlier than what they thought. And also that most people love is to be with each other. Allah Azza wa Jal spread them apart to show them that he is in charge and you should seek help from him. I think we as Muslims, we haven't done much of what our Prophet ﷺ expects us to do, to invite people to the way of Allah Azza wa Jal. And it will be more comfortable to them and you, more profitable to all humanity. It will be more calming to all of us if we know where we came from, where we're going, what are we expected to do in this life. And we shouldn't be so careless about the orders of Allah Azza wa Jal to the stage that Allah Azza wa Jal, including us, may Allah forbid, with the punishment he's punishing the misbehaving humans on this planet. So As-Sadiq, one of the names of Allah Azza wa Jal, and it is taken from the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jal said, "Qul Sadaq Allah." As-Sadiq, the truthful, does what it needs, and he is the truthful. And he said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul Sadaq Allah. فاتبعوا ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين." Say Allah speaks the truth. Follow the religion of Abraham, the saint in faith. He was not of the pagans. So Allah is always Sadiq. And we sometimes when we finish reading the Quran, we say Sadaq Allahul Azim. Somebody told me, oh, Allah is always Sadiq. Yeah, but Allah said to us to say Sadaq Allah. Qul Sadaq Allah. Say Sadaq Allah. So when you say Sadaq Allahul Azim after reading the Quran, you're not outside the teaching of Allah Azza wa Jal in the Quran. SubhanAllah, how many people have far much less knowledge than what entitled them to be teachers, and they appoint themselves as teachers and try to show you that you're wrong and they're right. SubhanAllah. Allah Azza wa Jal said, لَقَدْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ رَسُولَهُ الرُّؤْيَا بِالْحَقِّ لَتَدْخُلُنَّ الْمَسْجِدَ الْحَرَامَ إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ آمِنِينَ مُحَلِّقِينَ رُؤُوسَكُمْ وَمُقَصِّرِينَ. And this ru'ya this ayah came after the Prophet ﷺ signed the Hudaybiyah treaty. Because if they went through the time of Hudaybiyah, they will not be aminin, they will not be safe. They will be fearing that the Quraysh might attack them. After signing the treaty, subhanAllah, they went the next year to Umrah, full of tranquility and peace, and they did their Umrah in full and went back to Medina. قُلْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ. Allah is always Sadiq, truthful. One of his names, As-Sadiq. Another name of Allah Azza wa Jal, Al-Qa'im. Al-Qa'im. Al-Qa'im means he is ever ready, standing firm, always ready to do whatever he wants to do. So شهد الله أن لا إله إلا هو والملائكة وأولو العلم قائما بالقسط. لا إله إلا هو العزيز الحكيم. قائما, always قائم, with justice. There is no God but He. That is the witness of Allah, His angels, and those endued with knowledge, standing firm on justice. And there is no God but He, the exalted in power and the wise. So Allah Azza wa Jal is always on the justice side. Once Musa alayhi salam was told that he was traveling, and he sat by a river to rest by a side of the river under a big tree. And while resting on a tree, he noticed a horse rider came. He drank from the river. His horse drank from the river. He rested. He offloaded the horse and let the horse rest. And then soon he finished, took his horse and gone. He forgot a bag of gold he left beside the tree. A little while, a shepherd came and he let his sheep drink water. He sat, have some rest, and he saw the bag of gold. He took it, put it on his donkey, and gone. And a while after that, an old man came who make his living by finding, pieces of wood and sell it. He rested. He took his lunch, and while resting, the horseman came back to get his gold, and he found the gold disappeared. So he accused the old man of stealing the gold, and he killed him. So Musa was shocked that how is it that the guy who ran away with the gold is the shepherd, and this guy was killed unjustly. So he spoke to Allah Azza wa Jalla, and he said, how is that? What's happening here? And Allah Azza wa Jalla revealed to him that this old man, when he was young, he killed the father of the horse rider. So the horse rider came, took revenge for his father, knowing or unknowing, but Allah established justice. And what about that shepherd who got away with the gold? He said the horse rider stole the gold from the father of the shepherd, so the shepherd collected his own inheritance. And وَأَنَا الْحَكَمُ الْعَدْلِ, Allah said to Musa, I am the just ruler, the just judge. So Allah is Al-Qa'im bil-Qist, always stand firm for justice, and always on God. Allah Azza wa Jal, Hayy Qayyum, always on God. So that's one of the names of Allah, Al-Qa'im, and from it also Al-Qayyum as well. Ad-Da'im, always. He's always there. He permanently there. Period. From everlasting to everlasting. So we all go, and Allah Azza wa Jal is the everlasting. كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. And the face of your Lord remain. Everything on the planets, on the universe, in the universe will disappear, will go, will vanish, will perish. And only the face of your Lord will remain, the full of majesty and the bounty of honor. So this is Allah Azza wa Jal, Ad-Da'im, everlasting. And this is comforting because you want to know that somebody is always there. You always leave the house and you don't know who will break in. You always leave the car in the street. You don't know who will break into, who will steal it. You leave your children in the school. You don't know who's going to harm them. You leave your loved one in the hospital. You don't know whether they will look after him or her or not. If you trust Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah is always there. So I know a lady from Bani Israel. She was living in a small house by a big palace belonged to a very rich man. And this rich man tried to take her house. So he doesn't like it, he wanted to demolish it and just make his house look really, his palace look well. So she wouldn't sell him the house, she wouldn't leave. And one day she had to go to town to do a shopping, and when she came back, she found that this rich man demolished the house, and the house gone. So she looked up to Allah Azza wa Jalla and said, if I wasn't there, were you not there? Questioning Allah Azza wa Jalla, were you not there? I trusted you. And before she finished her talk, the whole palace shaken and collapsed. This is destroyed by Allah Azza wa Jalla. So Allah was there, but He wanted to take the final evidence against this guy who was really mischieving on earth and destroyed his palace on top of him and those who were helping him. So Allah is always there. Obviously, don't worry about Allah. Allah will repent you. If you lose, Allah will give you even more than what you lost, providing you are with Allah. If you stay with Allah, that's the most profitable things you could do. At-Tam, another name of Allah Azza wa Jal. At-Tam. Allah Azza wa Jal said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Allah is At-Tam, and He is the one who completed His favor on Muhammad and his followers to the day of judgment. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي. So Allah Azza wa Jal perfected the religion and nothing missing. أكملت لكم دينكم. And He completed it and nothing to be added. You don't need to add anything. It's all what you need is in it. It's all taken care of and all accounted for. And وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا, and I accepted this is your best choice. This is the best for you and cannot be replaced. You wouldn't find any better. So Allah Azza wa Jal is Al-Tam, and He completed our religion for us because He doesn't like imperfection. He doesn't do incomplete job. And subhanAllah, we were discussing Aqeedah today, and we said there's answer to everything comes to your mind, whether you are a philosopher or whether you are a thinker, or whether you are educator, whatever you are, till the day of judgment. And Allah Azza wa Jal always have people ready to answer you. And Allah Azza wa Jal inspire them with the right answer because they are supported by Him. He is Tam. His religion is complete. And He is the completer, the Tam. عن جابر رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من قال حين يسمع النداء اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آتي محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه اللهم المقام المحمود الذي وعدته حلت له شفاعتي يوم القيامة. So this dua, you say it when you hear the adhan, after you hear the adhan, before the iqamah, you say, O Allah, the Lord of this invitation which is complete, at-tamma. He is Tam and He is completed His religion. SubhanAllah, we sometimes come across new discoveries, like surrogacy. Can a woman carry a baby for somebody else? And non-religious, they don't care, providing the law of the land allow them. So most Europe don't allow surrogacy, but Ukraine seem to allow this, and many women were carrying babies for other couples, their biological parents, and because of the lockdown, they were left with around, I think it's 100 or something, babies who their biological fathers and mothers cannot come to claim them, and their surrogate mothers, they didn't actually carry them to have a baby. They just carried them in the tummy to hand to the biological father and mother. And when the lockdown happened, they gave birth to the baby and went home, and they left the baby. So who's the loser? The baby. Who is the sufferer? The baby. No matter with this, whether these biological parents interested or not, there's some of them trying hard to get the baby. In America, many of these surrogate parents, the biological parents, they asked the lady to carry the baby. When she gave birth, the lady doesn't want the baby. She just carried the baby to give it back to their biological father and mother. Biological father and mother gone. They divorced each other. They're not interested to have a baby anymore, and they've gone. They don't want to claim the baby. So who lost? The baby. So when we looked into it from Islamic point of view, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ta'ab zina wa nutfatun yada'uha ar-rajulu fi rahim imra'atin ajnabiyyatin la tahillu lahu." A sperm or fertilized egg, a man could put in the womb of a woman who is not his wife. And he considered that as a type of adultery. So it's forbidden. Why forbidden? Because Islam is tam, is complete. Did Muhammad ﷺ know that there would be surrogacy? Probably Allah told him. Did the Sahaba know? No, they didn't know. He didn't tell them. It wasn't possible to tell them so much advanced knowledge at a time when they were so illiterate. But Allah is the creator of the universe, and He knows that this is one of the things He made it possible. But He said, look, there's a lot of things possible. Drink alcohol is possible, but it's haram. Forbidden. Eating pork is possible, but it's forbidden. Stealing, you might get away with it, but it's forbidden. So it's tam, it's religion complete from the tam, Allah Azza wa Jal, the completer. He doesn't leave anything missing or inadequately made or lacking this. Some atheists say, oh, why Allah created the disabilities? Why children born disabled? Why children born blind? And the answer to that is very easy. If you don't know the imperfection, you wouldn't know the perfection. Don't worry about the blind. Allah will compensate him. Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Prophet said, Allah said, if he took the eyes of his servant and he is patient and he accepted that, he will go to Jannah just by being blind. So don't worry about Allah will compensate that blind. Probably disabled, sometimes is mentally disabled out there. He doesn't know where he is, who is he, but he will be rewarded for being, if he's aware of himself, accepted. His family will be rewarded, but everybody will value being healthy, value being able, value having brain, value having thinking. So if you don't have the imperfection, you wouldn't value the perfection. They say, الصحة تاج على رؤوس الأصحاء لا يراه إلا المرضى. Healthiness is a crown on the head of the healthy people, but only seen by sick people. They see the healthy and they wish they are like them. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم اجعل اجتماعنا هذا اجتماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد